Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said they said we said.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Lowdown on TSWS Gaming, specifically the 54th episode. Ham. We've been doing this a minute. 54?
54 episodes of this specific show?
This one specifically.
Oh, wow. So that means we've hit over a year of doing it.
That's crazy. That is wild.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Welcome in Vincent Vega. Came in here first. Bunty Wagwan, man. Back from the dead. And Blind Giant 808. Thank you guys for coming in nice and early. It's going to be a messy episode, but before we get into it, Ham Solo, how you doing? What you been playing this past weekend?
Oh man. Okay, so this past weekend.
Yeah.
This is the first time I talked to you since Friday. So okay. I've been playing some of the finals. I bought the battle pass for the finals. Really good game. I'm having a good time playing it. I only like playing when I have my boys on, but it's a good time. Also been playing some Prince of Persia. That game is a good time. I'm still not ready to say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's a good time. It's really nice, especially when I'm winding down. Let's see.
I thought it was stressful. I don't understand.
I told you a little story of what I did this weekend about how, I went to a game store, was looking around for Chronicles of Riddick and didn't find it, and went to another game store that I bought my Japanese PlayStation 1 from. Was looking around, didn't really find anything, went to the back of the store, asked the person, yo, what games did you guys recently get turned in, stuff like that. They sold me some Xbox games, some newer PlayStation games, some older other games that they had. But then I asked, what do you guys have for PlayStation possibly? Like, what's for the original PlayStation that you guys have? And they showed me this game right here. This game, if you guys
masterpiece of masterpieces.
It's something. It's something. So I played that game on Saturday, and I ended up starting around, I want to say 6 or 7, and I played it until like 2 a.m. And I was having
a quality game.
No, yeah, I mean, I was having a pretty good time. It's pretty wild. I told you I beat the boss where you're running in circles, and I beat the boss that you have to throw the grenade inside of the tank and whatnot.
Ocelot, you beat Vulcan Raven. Come on, bro.
I don't know the names of these.
You know these names. You're just trying to act like you don't. Stop capping.
Yeah, I'm chasing like I believe it's Psycho Mantis and
There we
like
go. There we
and like
go.
Liquid Snake is like in the picture and stuff like
Mhm.
this. And I met some girl that giving me like weapons like detail now. And this game got some dude name. What was that name that he has in that game? But I was when he said his name, he's like, you can call me, and then he said his name, and I was like, yo, like what kind of fucking
Deep,
name is that?
deep, deep throat.
Yeah,
At the time.
you can call
At
me
the
Deep
time.
Throat. I was like,
At the time.
yo. I was like, what? I
At
don't
the
want to call
time.
you that.
At the time, Ham, 30 years ago, there was no implications. When you said a name like that. Now, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
You can call me Deep Throat. I was like, what the hell is happening here? But anyways, yeah, I played that. It was a pretty good time. Continuing on, I ended up playing Power Worlds, and ever since I turned on that game, it's been a problem turning on any other game since then. To be real.
Yeah.
To be real, because like I'm not sure if you've played it yet, Loke, but it's a mixture of Ark, a mixture of
Right, man, it's cool.
Pokemon, a mixture of Zelda,
Elden Ring,
and
apparently.
dare I say, a mixture of Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's like all these phenomenal, big time, great games, and it even has like RTS feeling elements as to where your base is or like your home spot is growing whether you're working on it personally or not. So it's just like there's just so much happening in this little game, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love. I'm in love with it. Like I purposely last night
This man said love.
or I should say this morning, I guess, because it was around like 5 o'clock this morning. I was still playing Power Worlds, and I was playing it on my Steam Deck, right here. I was playing it on this guy that I just so happened to have. I call it the Windows deck because I installed Windows on it and everything.
Might as
But
well be the Game Pass. The Game Pass.
the Game Pass deck or whatever
Game
you want
Pass.
to call it.
Yeah.
But I've been playing it. I played it a little while on there as well, and it doesn't run the best, but it runs good enough to be able to play. There is some jank moments where the frames drop, and it's like, all right, did the game freeze? And then it comes back, and then it works perfectly fine, like nothing happened for a while, and then it has some jank to it again. So it's not like the smoothest experience. Would I recommend playing it on a Steam Deck? Depends on what you're trying to do. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest, if you're trying to be super duper like not die and not screw up at all, like you might want to like play with caution. Maybe not put yourself in a situation like that. But yeah, I mean, I got through and I was enjoying playing it on the Steam Deck still. I actually put my Steam Deck, left it on the charger, and just let it run there for like 4 hours of it just being on. And then when I woke back up and looked around my base, man, I had so much wood, stone, and all this other stuff made just
You
by
woke
just,
up and you had a lot of wood.
oh yeah, strong. It was
What?
strong. Yeah, man. My
Oh,
stones and wood
God.
was strong. but, but yeah, man. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I know I went on for quite some time, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. That's what I've been doing. Pal Worlds has been changing my life. I might even like it better than Ark. I don't know. Still figuring things out mentally.
Sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good time. it sounds like me and Football Manager right now. So that's what I've been playing, and God of War. I'm having a very good time, Ham, and I'm solidly against Atreus. I know they probably like his decisions are probably based off of this is going to help the story move along, but it's very unfortunate, and it seems a bit, I don't know, like contrived. It feels a bit forced. You know what I mean? Stanley Francois, welcome in. Comment ça va? And yeah, it the gameplay is awesome. I prefer Kratos's battle sections to Atreus, but it's kind of weird seeing like
I
the
thought you
heroes.
preferred Atreus.
Yeah, but I changed my opinion because at the beginning, right? You know how I love the whole bow and arrow thing. Whatever game we're talking about, if there's a bow and arrow, I'm there, right?
Sure.
And so as soon as I got to play a bow and arrow and God of War, I was in love with it, and also it was very intuitive and easy to aim, obviously because it's aim assist. But then I got deeper into Kratos, right? I leveled up more. Oh my lord, that's not what I meant. The game moved a lot, dude. Now you messed up my chain of thought. I got deeper into Kratos. Lord have mercy. What happened was I developed a character, right? I developed the character more. I got more into the story, and then leveled up, and I got the spear and all this other stuff, right? And yeah, essentially, the fighting with Kratos is better in terms of your options, in terms of just how cool it looks, and just switching between the weapons and the specials, and it's awesome. And the difficulty, I would suggest anyone that hasn't played God of War Ragnarok, just don't play it on easy. Don't do it. You're doing yourself a disservice. Play it on the highest possible difficulty that you can play it. I'm not saying put it on the highest difficulty at first. If normal is too easy for you, then bump it up a bit. And if that's too easy, finish the game and restart it again. Because, dude, even those arenas at the lava section, oh my God. That's some good stuff. Vic the Click, welcome in. Mishi Miyagi. Okay, y'all are having fun with this. Says, hey, yo.
So if I got this right,
yeah,
you really enjoyed Atreus until you got dug inside a Kratos.
Yes.
Got it.
Or until he dug inside of me. Whichever one
I mean, however you want it, brother.
It's 2024, dog. Vic wants to know if this is a dream or if this is a dream or a game we're talking about. It's a game. It's a game, Vic. I'm about to try MetaQuest, but I'm contemplating returning that. Ham, let's talk. Definitely a wet dream. All right. Let's talk briefly before we get into the whole PALWORLD madness. Let's talk about the whole like industry, where it's going as a whole, Ham, because I think it's important. These past few weeks, with the announcements we've seen and the whole digital future thing, Ham, I'm starting to like. I was just leaning into it before. Now I feel more and more just sure that fuck it, man. These are probably the last consoles I'm going to buy.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it won't be for me, but that's fine.
It's feeling to me like just PC, and I'm gonna mainline GOG, because this business with video game ownership, it's stressing me out, dude. It's stressing me out. I like the idea of I bought something and it's mine. I don't have to worry about licenses and am I still going to have access to this 10, 20, 30 years from now? Because right now I'm enjoying the feeling of Metal Gear, right? 10 years from now, 15 years from now, if for some reason I want to play, I don't know, Remnant 2, if I buy it on GOG, it's mine. I can just boot it up on GOG. You know? Whereas
I mean, I get it.
uh,
Are you trying to say that you're getting tired of chasing the cat?
I'm tired, dude. I'm tired. I just want to buy something and there it's bought. I just have to worry about having a platform that can run it. I think that is the fair exchange. And consoles, if every console did what Xbox did, then I think maybe that would be more viable in terms of when you buy a game on Xbox, at least now, right? Most of them are backwards compatible. But if you buy a game on PlayStation, there's no guarantees. If you buy a game on Nintendo, there's no guarantees. So it's like, bruh, just give me a PC. Just give me a PC. Yeah, right now that's my position. I am mainlining PC like as soon as I can get a monster rig. Like right now, this one's just kind of good and basic, but I can't. I don't think I can play. You know more about specs and stuff. Can I play like everything that's come out recently on this PC?
Not everything. Like you definitely couldn't play Immortals of Avium on that PC.
Yeah. So essentially, what the cycle that I usually do is I'll save up and buy consoles and whatever. But now, screw it, man. Everything I'm saving up in terms of platform money, I'm just gonna buy a monster PC. I'm gonna buy one of those crazy ass PCs people see on the internet with the lights and there's 12 fans inside. I'll get like a crazy graphics card like what Uso Vinny got, and then that'll be it, man.
Hey, I don't
This
blame
con-
you.
this console business, I feel like I'm being ripped off, bro.
I mean, it's kind of been the same thing for the last, I'd say, at least decade now. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but I mean, think about it. A console generation is around like what 7 years,
yeah.
essentially,
About
and
7 years.
needing
About
to
7 years.
upgrade your PC is like maybe once like if you really are conservative, then I'd say like maybe once a decade if you do it right.
Yeah, yeah,
So what I'm saying is you're just saving like maybe 3 years because
yeah.
eventually
It's not even
you're gonna
about the
want to
money,
upgrade your PC.
but it's not even about the money, Ham. And so I'm not trying to act like I'm Mr.
Yeah, oh,
Moneybag.
okay, so most of this is just about where your content is available.
It's about access, bro.
Yeah,
It's about
exactly.
access because I'm not that guy. Like I'm not the guy that's gonna keep these boxes. But when I say box, I'm not talking about these boxes. I'm talking about the actual consoles. I'm not that guy. Some people will do it,
Yeah,
but
like me.
yeah, when the new console generation rocks up, I'm selling the PS5. I'm selling the Xbox, or I'm gonna do what I did with my boys with the the previous two generations, where I just took the consoles and I gave it to the kids, and they obviously fucked them up eventually, right? But my point is, I'm not gonna keep these, so I don't feel like I'm getting the best deal software wise. Xbox and PlayStation are not communicating to me, at least, that it is worth investing in buying like games on the Xbox platform, not the Xbox console, but the Xbox platform, PlayStation platform. I'm, I, I'm just done with this business of I bought Metal Gear and now I have to rebuy it.
Right.
I'm done with it. Whoever bought Metal Gear on PC 10 years ago bought Metal Gear, and that is it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
The only reason, like, maybe to buy a new one is if they have like a few new features to it. But if all you really
yeah,
care about is just the game itself,
the
then
actual game. Yeah, yeah. So sorry guys, I was just going off on a tirade here. That's why I wasn't reading your comments. Yes, he got the PC bug. Now get some old consoles and games collecting. Go no, no, I'm not doing that. Also, I don't live in a first world country. Getting old consoles is close to impossible in a third world, dude. This stuff gets thrown away very quickly. People don't really keep this. They don't have. Yeah, it's not there's not much of a market for old consoles. Some of us are on Steam for 20 years. Yeah, yeah. Console gets better over time when you can buy more to your unknown titles cheap physically. I 100%. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, am I being unreasonable in your opinion?
no, you're just playing the game the way you want to play it. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that. And even if I had a problem with it, I mean, it's just like it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of like the Indiana Jones situation thing that me and you had. Like,
Oof.
me and
I
you
was like, are
can.
we still friends after this?
Well, like, I have my beliefs, you have your beliefs, but at the end of the day, like, you do what you want to do. I
Yeah.
do what I want to do. Like, I can think you're crazy. I can speak on it, but I don't. But I mean, I'm not gonna like put a knife up to your throat and tell you what decision you need to make. like,
You're
like
not
it
gonna
is
block.
what
You're
it
not gonna
is.
block me, Ham. You're not gonna block me.
No, none of this video game stuff is deep enough
All right
for the level of intensity that you know go deep for on Kratos. You know.
then. Yo, leave Kratos alone. Anyways, let's get to the topics. Let's get to the topics. Pal World, it's on the screen for anyone that's watching. It's on the screen.
PALWORLD.
Wow, there's so many like subsections into this, like so many angles. And today I wanted to do something different. Instead of us attacking one angle and then moving on, we're going to look at as many angles as possible as far as PALWORLD is concerned, because that's what they did, ladies and gentlemen. They gave us a game that also gave us all the angles. But anyway, let's go. PALWORLD devs aren't worried about a Nintendo lawsuit. So this is wild. Here's the quote. Pocket Pair isn't concerned about the similarities that they share with Pokemon. Speaking to Japanese gaming news outlet Automation, company CEO and lead developer Takuro Mizobe said that PALWORLD has passed all the necessary legal hurdles to clear it of copyright infringement. He also noted that there haven't been any legal actions taken against Pocket Pair for its overt comparisons to Pokemon, at least not yet anyway. Here's the quotes from me. You know what? I'm just going to use his first name because the second one is like, what? Takuro. We make our games very seriously, and we have absolutely no intention of infringing upon the intellectual property of other companies. In a separate interview, Mizobe said that PALWORLD takes a lot of inspiration from Pokemon, as it was a great predecessor to both Pocket Pair's last game and the creature collecting genre as a whole. However, he explained that PALWORLD is less like Nintendo's iconic IP and more like Studio Wildcard's action-adventure survival crafting game, Ark Survival Evolved. So, Ham, that comparison you made.
Spot on.
Kotaku has reached out to, oh, sorry, this article's from Kotaku. My bad. Kotaku has reached out to Pocket Pair for comment. There hasn't been any response. Ham, what are your thoughts on the specific accusations of copyright infringement?
I think that this game did nothing different than any other game has done in the past. And it's take
Amen,
what's
brother.
good about something and maximize on it. And
There we go.
and as many people as we see complaining about, oh, this is copyright or this is that, like, no, what this is a company listening to what people want and doing it. They know exactly what people want, but have been given it the wrong way several times. So what did they do? They took a IP and made it their own from something that was already popular, but really none of these characters and stuff in the game are anything until you give them all the actions, all the, what do you want to call it? All the like animations and things to do with, like, at the beginning of us having, started this podcast, I was talking about like all the different things that it was compared to. I compared it to Elden Ring, I compared it to Ark, I compared it to um you know real-time strategy games, I compared it to um Pokemon. It's not just one thing that this game is doing that's, you know, awesome. It's a bunch of different things, and it's crazy that we get what we want, or a lot of us get what we want, and now that we got it, people find a reason to complain about it. It's just
Yep.
like, what exactly do you want? Like, you like all these people have these ideas of what could make a great game, and it's not everybody doing all this complaining, right? It's just like a small minority, but I just think it's kind of like silly. And what got me, like, what got under my skin a little bit, I'd say, is probably developers coming out and having problems with it. That's
Ooh,
what got under my skin.
salty.
It's one thing when it's like a few folks in the community that are just like, you can never please,
Trolls.
right? You can just,
Yeah.
like there's always those people that you just can't please, right?
Yeah.
But in a business where we already know it's kind of tough to maintain the job, what did we talk about the other time? That, like, the average game developer is what, like 7 years for a career,
Pretty much.
right?
Burnout
So, like,
is
it's
real.
already hard getting into the industry. It's hard staying in the industry. It's hard not getting laid off and fired and stuff like that. It's hard maintaining and keeping the roof on the house. There's so many issues with trying to, put together these passion projects that these people work on, that, to me, it's just absolute insanity when somebody within the business themselves, it's kind of like when you see black people make fun of black people, right? It's like, yo, what are you doing to your own, right? It kind of brought out that sentiment to me, to when it's like,
Okay, I didn't
you
go
see
there, but
somebody
okay.
and it's just like, that they, may have, some sort of, reason for acting the way that they do, but it still doesn't make sense. And no matter what they do or say, it won't make sense. That's kind of what
Yeah.
the situation kind of reminds me of. It's just like there, sure, you may be jealous, right? You may not like,
Jelly.
yeah, you may have had some, a rough year or something like that. Like, in particular, in this situation, I'm talking about with the Naughty Dog developer. was saying about this PALWORLDs game. It's just like, we understand you just canceled a game and
You want to
said that
put it
you
up
don't
on
want to
screen?
turn.
You want to put it on screen, what he said.
Put it on the screen?
Yeah. I think it'll be
Did you send it to
interesting
me?
for anyone that hasn't. Yeah, I sent it to your DM. It's the last one that I sent. I think it'll be an interesting one for everyone to look at, because we can't just be making
from
accusations.
Pratanga?
Let's put up some receipts. Let's put up some receipts. I think that's important.
Okay, just 1 second. No problem.
Okay. Why?
Not a problem at all. So I'm gonna let you go on ahead and extrapolate this first before I dig my fork
click on
in.
the first one.
Because this makes me kind of angry, like low key.
Why? Why are you angry though? I don't understand.
This low key makes me kind of angry because it's just like, I don't understand why you feel the need to go outside of your way to hate on something that isn't aimed at you. It didn't do anything to you. And all it is as of right now, in my opinion, all this game is doing is making people excited and happy for the beginning of the year.
No,
usually the
that's
beginning of the year with video games is kind of wishy-washy. You don't know if it's going to be great. You don't know if it's going to be bad. So this was a great kickoff to the year, but going ahead, Lo, go on ahead.
So X-Man, I listened to you, man. You were actually one of the first people that talked about PALWORLD, and I looked deeper into it. Not the way I looked deeper into Kratos, but I did look deeper into it. And yes,
you didn't look
I did
deeper into Kratos. You got deeper into Kratos.
So at least one person did listen to you, Sir X-Man. One person. Before I extrapolate on these tweets, this game is doing exactly what Baldur's Gate did. This game is exposing devs. It's doing something.
It's doing what Baldur's Gate did and Elden Ring, because Elden Ring did the same thing. Remember, it was getting under dev's skin. Remember Guerrilla? Remember the Guerrilla devs saying, "Oh, we put so much. Look at the fidelity and all the work that we put into this. It's way more complex." And people are like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yep. Oh my goodness. Gogo Po, I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so happy for you. Gogo Po says he's late to being a Kojima fan. Didn't really play the games till MGS5. Went back to finish the older games and is having a lot of fun. I'm so happy. I'm jealous, right? Because you're experiencing them for the first time. But I'm happy for you, man. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear. Hey, dude, we're supposed to be engaging with the chat. I'm just saying, anyone that mentions Metal Gear in the chat, I'm there with you. I'm right there with you. Anyways, let's go back to Mr. Del Walker over here. First off, the first tweet, he said, "My gut is telling me PALWORLD was made nefariously. I just have no proof. Just dev intuition." And then he subtweeted himself or responded to himself, no accusations until proof, but there's some hidden malfeasance here, Watson. I can sense it. Okay. And then he made another tweet, "Making a game is just so difficult. They're cheating somehow. I just can't pinpoint it."
The jealousy is just pouring out of this person.
When they say so and so is a hater. I think people throw that around, right? I think people throw that around willy-nilly, Ham. The same way people talk about, "Oh, a game is great." I think people throw around the word great too much.
Oh yeah,
every game is great.
Sports and everything. Yeah, people throw around that
everything
word
is great.
I mean, I've been a victim of doing that too. I mean, we all have, because it becomes a regular part of human nature to speak like that. until and then we make a new word that's more extravagant but means the exact same thing, but take meaning away from the thing that it meant in the first place.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I tried to check myself on that one. This guy is a hater. Straight up
You
and
said all
down.
that just to say that.
I'm just saying, this man is a hater. All right. The T is not silent at all. This guy is a hater. And there's a reason why, people. Did you guys notice the last frame? He works for Naughty Dog right now.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
People, I'm the PlayStation guy on here. And even I can admit something is wrong at Naughty Dog. Something's wrong. It's just re-releases since The Last of Us Part 2. And I do admit that I hated The Last of Us the Last of Us Part 2. I hated it. But you know what? It was a new game. Naughty Dog hasn't put out anything new for years. They're bitching at the guys that are coming out with new stuff. Ain't that shit ironic?
It is. And the ironic part is the game that was like a service-like game or a long-term possible play game that they had got canned. That's the ironic part. Is your game gets canned, you say, "Oh, I don't want this many people working on this." And you know, we can't afford this thing. Meanwhile, this game comes out. This game was made I believe it took $7 million to make this.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Oof.
Think about that. And I think either you were saying it or Matt was saying it. I don't remember. Maybe it was K Mega that was saying shout out to the folks at Xbox that allowed Obsidian to work on Grounded, because it's little games like that that are gonna explode.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was Cozy.
Well, I'm talking about just like yesterday or the day before. Cozy might have said it on Friday, but
that was K Mega. That was K Mega.
Yeah, but it's just
Him.
that I mean that is the ticket right there, because if you think about it real quick, Loke. If this game really did only cost $7 million to make, Spider-Man almost cost 100 times more.
Dude. And that's why it's getting under people's skin, because it's like, first off, they're releasing a new game. Two, it's AI, so people's jobs are being threatened. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth, guys. Advancement will never stop for the benefit of human beings. That's never going to happen. So no matter what it is that you do as a job, evolve, my nigga. Evolve and change. Level up. Aren't you a game dev? Aren't you always putting in levels here in the game? You need to level up to continue to progress in the game of life, bro. You need to get better. That's why people are pissed off, Ham. They're pissed off because PALWORLD is a room full of people. It's 7 people, it's 10 people, it's 15 people making a game, a whole ass game. And AI is doing most of it. That's what's really pissing them
remember
off.
I told you? And see, I'm not even sure if the whole AI thing is confirmed with this game, because we just talked about Steam having to reveal
Scale, bro.
AI, right?
There's no way there's no AI in this thing, dude. The scale of this thing.
I mean, I don't know. But all in all, my point to interrupt in what you were saying was, remember I was saying how AI is really gonna help out the smaller dev teams. and they're going to be able to make banger games because they
There
don't
we
have to
go.
have a huge crew. And look at what's happened. Like the whole AI thing isn't completely confirmed with PALWorlds. Loke just believes it. I don't completely doubt it. But like that was like the whole point for me at the beginning was, yo, like if AI is so helpful and it's so, bad for all this other stuff, like people only want to look at the rain outside and forget to look at the folks under the umbrella.
Yes.
Right? There are people
That's
that
all they're
aren't getting
saying.
rained on that are like completely happy and content with that, right? And it's like, hey, if I want to make a game and I don't want to use 800 other people, why should I have to? But if
Why?
I do want to go the Ubisoft route and use 1,200 people or whatever to build this crazy narrative game, well, then that kind of fits for that situation. I need all of this dialogue and I need it to come from the heart. I don't need it to come from AI. You still have that. People act like that just because something is new, the old option isn't available anymore. No, it's still available.
It's still there.
It's just, do you want to still do it?
It's just a bad idea. Let me read this super chat real quick. Sir X-Man, a $30 game. Thank you so much, Sir X-Man, for the super chat. A $30 game is making too much money. They hate that for sure. A crack lens. Yo, I'm making a meme of Loke. Evolve, man. Evolve, y'all. Evolve. Dude, Darwin was not messing around. All right, survival of the fittest. It's never going to stop. Unless we eliminate capitalism, the fittest shall always rise to the top. You know what? Even communism always push the fittest to the top. I'm sorry. If you can't keep up, become a farmer or something. Even in farming, there's AI in farming. All right. One of these days, I'm gonna do my live stream on Sunday, and I'm gonna put you guys on how AI is affecting everything.
Oh, a fact.
Everything.
Me and K Mega were talking yesterday about how Ford has a patent. Ford has a brand new patent, right?
So,
Miss your payment, miss your car. If you miss a if you miss a payment or miss like too many payments after like the warnings and stuff like that,
yeah.
the car could possibly drive itself back to the dealership.
God damn.
As of right now, there is a thing out there. I'm not sure if it's currently working or if it's strictly just a patent still, but they have things where the car literally won't, like the dealership has the ability to just be like, you know what, your car's dead. It won't turn on now.
Oh,
You haven't paid
actually, I can give you more context. Not just that. Actually, what got that whole started was that Joe Biden or his government led through a bill that, and this is how government works, or politics, or terms and conditions. It always starts with, we're doing this to protect you, as they shove their whole fist up your orifice, right? This whole thing started because the US government was like, there's too many people drinking and driving. So they gave the companies the legal right to now start sensing when you're driving, because all these new cars have like computers on board. They can sense that this person is either sleepy or drunk, or they're not themselves by the way you drive. And the car will shut off. And from there, they now extended it to the Super Saiyan level that Ham is now pointing out here about missing payments and all this other stuff. Ham, I want to pull it back here for a bit. Spider-Man brings up another point. It's an Xbox game, and that's why they hate it. Also, it's ironic. Spider-Man 356. Dude, you're supposed to be a PlayStation guy. What's happening? Ham, I don't think this is far-fetched. I don't think this is far-fetched. I think it matters that this game is only available on PC and Xbox. It's not on Switch. It's not on PlayStation. people's mood would be very different if this thing was everywhere. They'd still be pissed off, but you would have just devs pissed off, not like gamers and stuff. Is that a stretch?
I don't think that's too much of a stretch.
Xbox not allowed to succeed, dude.
I
Xbox
mean, just
exclusives
people
are not
don't
allowed
like
to succeed.
seeing, it's just like any other, thing, right? Or whatever. Like when there's a playoff or something like that, and you look at the, teams or whatnot, and one team is pretty, regularly winning, let's say like the Patriots or something like that, right? And then
Hey,
and then you have another team that's like been there quite a bit. You got the Chiefs again, right? And it's just like, oh, okay, like we get that. But then the Lions?
what are they doing in the Final Four?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
happening here?
and right now the Xbox is looking like the Lions right now, where it's just like,
Yeah, that's a good
oh,
shot, man.
now you come out to play and
Something is
look
wrong.
at this.
Something is very off here.
Right, like this is unprecedented right now, right?
Unexpected.
So, but it's good to see. It's good to see, and just like in sports, when you get that kind of movement, that kind of change, it's healthier for the entire business, because it just keeps it from being stagnant. It reminds people that, there is some sort of a chance that like it's not all said and done, history in the books. Like, we're still progressing, moving, and changing. Things haven't just stopped.
And another reason why devs are pissed off about this one. This game has quite literally proven to everyone that gameplay is king. All this bullshit about graphics and frames per second, all this, it's rubbish. It's rubbish. Gamers want good games. Look at
there ain't a
PALWORLD.
voice actor to be found in this game.
Look at PALWORLD. Where's the graphics that everyone's always talking about? Where is it? And I'm the Metal Gear stan here, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like facts are not facts, dude. These graphics, you could have had this on a 360. Straight up, you could have had PALWORLD could have launched on a 360.
I don't think it's that bad. I think it looks good. I think it looks like a pretty good game. I just don't
it's bad,
like I don't think it's. I mean, I agree with you in the sense of like, it's not like the new like oh man, this like it's not the expectation you'd have when you think of like
your
the Coalition
or
or Naughty Dog or something like that. It's very much it very much still has that indie touch when it comes to the graphics and everything like that. Yes, I agree with you there. But yeah, I mean, it goes back to what was said about Elden Ring and whatnot. It's just gameplay. Like, you have all that pretty stuff in Horizon Forbidden West and nobody cared.
Yeah. For Snoring West, that's what I call it.
Oh, come on.
Come on, man. What is with that afro? I'm with Sir X-Man. He says Ham Solo has an afro on his character. That's so funny. He's consistent.
Sorry?
Sir X-Man has some words. Sir X-Man has some words. Oh, man. Sorry, man. Sorry. Maybe we can get you to guest on Friday if you have time. Because I'm sure this thing will still be trending and doing damage. And I'm very curious to find out how Cozy feels about this on Friday. As our resident Nintendo stan.
Oh, you know she doesn't care. I don't even know why you're waiting. You know the answer. She don't care. And she's not playing it.
She just wants good stuff. Ham?
She's happy for the developers for You know, Cozy's very like nonconformist. You know, that's Cozy
That's what
in a
makes her
nutshell.
cozy.
She ain't conforming to shit, and she likes it when others don't conform as well. So if Palworld is out here making big business mad, Cozy's in the background. You know,
She's there for it.
she's behind the stage giving a
And it's
round of the hands
$30.
saying bravo, encore,
And it's $30,
encore.
man. It's $30. You know how she feels about $30 games.
She thinks they're quality.
Also, Ham, to the thought, for the people that are here sitting thinking, because of this, Nintendo and Game Freak are going to get their shit together. Cut the cap. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen right now. What's going to need to happen?
It could happen. It could happen
No.
in, I'd say 5 years from now. Like you might get a game, but it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. It ain't gonna happen at the beginning of the new Nintendo generation. No.
Hold on, there's an offline mode for this game.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay. Love of God, welcome in. Says, I wish they make an option to go first person with an Xbox profile. Yeah, you would love a first person mode, huh? You and your Xbox ways. All right. Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, welcome in. What's crack-a-lacking? Ham, the reason why this thing is not going to get the reason this thing is not going to get better now, or the reason Nintendo is not going to improve their game now, is because these companies don't listen to community uproar. At least not most of them, right? Most of them, what they listen to is the financials, the numbers. So when what's going to happen is the next Pokemon game is going to be trash like they've always been. If people don't buy the next Pokemon game, then we can talk. Then they're going to have a meeting and someone's going to get fired and they're going to have to rebuild the whole thing to look more like PALWORLD or just better. But only if people don't buy the next Pokemon game. Because if they buy it, then they won't care. That's how I think it's going to work out. It's not going to be a situation of, oh no, they're definitely going to improve just because PALWORLD is doing numbers. They don't.
No. It's all about their own pocket. So it's 100% like if PALWORLD is still like doing crazy numbers and they're just doing all right, then they'll make a change.
Yeah.
Like, nah. They don't care about the game itself. Like you said, look, they only care about the cash at the end of the day.
That's it. There's no artistic endeavor.
If they could make a stick figure game and give it to you, they would.
And call it Pokemon, and then you buy it. They'll be good with it. So I think anyone thinking that Games Freak is sitting there and it's like, oh, no, we need to redo our whole formula because of what's happened. No. If you guys go out and buy millions of copies of the next mid-ass Pokemon game, they won't change anything.
Pokemon and that's probably what's going to happen. No, seriously, that's probably what's going to happen.
Probably.
Because everybody sees PALWORLD. If Nintendo uses this right, they can use PALWORLD as a catapult. Why wouldn't you want to do that, right?
Explain. I mean, that's as in. I'm curious now. Please explain.
When you're a smart business person, you don't get mad and throw a fit when somebody else makes money. You figure out how to use their money to make you money.
Yes.
That's what business people do. They don't get mad and say, "Oh, I'm gonna sue." Suing is like the last thing you do in this situation. In this situation, it's like, how the hell am I going to capitalize on this person's success to take the air away from them? I want to suffocate them. I don't want to bring them down, because then if I bring them down, then how easy is it going to be for me to maintain? And then also I have to deal with the backlash of me making their fans mad. How about I just go in and steal their fans?
Yeah. But are you stealing, really? Are you stealing?
Taken back.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it, right?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's just like what you said on Twitter. There's nothing new under the sun. Pokemon wasn't the first one to do the whole monster capturing thing. PALWORLD is they essentially, okay. So I want to address the whole copyright thing, but let's move on to the next story on this one. Yeah, hit that like button, everyone. Share it out. So so PALWORLD already has a Pokemon mod. Someone put Pokemon in the PC version of PALWORLD. And this one brings up the whole copyright thing and original concepts, in my opinion. The reason why I don't think it makes any sense to be pissed off with PALWORLD in terms of being original is we need to keep that same energy. And if we're supposed to keep that same energy, then guys, remember Lies of P? Remember that game that everyone was capping for, talking about maybe it's game of the year? Yeah, let's go ahead and cancel that game. You know why? Because Lies of P is 100% based off of something that FromSoft created.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne,
Elden Ring, what's it called? Dark Souls. Let's go ahead and cancel not just that, Lords of the Fallen. Let's sue those boys because that shit looks too similar to Dark Souls. No one has copyright on chainmail and swords and big monsters. What are we talking about? Armor. Are you telling me like?
I don't know. Rockstar's trying to copyright the letter R.
Rockstar is they don't live on planet Earth. That's what I will say. They don't live. Rockstar is on.
They said Remedy. Shit. Why you do that? I don't care also, if you put the name of your company right under the R. It doesn't matter.
Quick update on that one. Remedy already solved the issue with Rockstar out of court. I don't know if I don't think they paid Rockstar because Remedy doesn't have that kind of paper, but I'm guessing they explained. Take-Two. Sorry, Vincent. Good point. It was Take-Two, not Rockstar. I think they explained to Take-Two why it would be a bad idea to go that way. So yeah, and also yes, I saw that one. Love of God, the modder that put this up, Nintendo already went up and got rid of that. But yeah, if that's the idea, then let's cancel all these Soulsborne games. Why stop there? Why let's stop every racing game, another racing game being released. The only racing game that should ever come out was the first one that was ever released with official licensed cars. What was the first one? I think it was, if it wasn't Virtua, I'm forgetting the name, or Gran Turismo. Let's say, for example, Gran Turismo was the first game with licensed racing cars. Fuck it. No more racing cars, no more Forza. Let's cancel Forza forever. Forza is iterating off of Gran Turismo. No more racing games. Rally games, cancel every single rally game. Only Colin McRae rally games can now exist, or the Sega rally game, because that was the first one. People need to chill. Call of Duty was not the first person shooting game. Fuck it. Let's cancel Call of Duty. No more COD. Everyone needs to chill. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. Most of the time, even the takes that we have, someone's already had them. Unless you're that Naughty Dog dev that's sitting here talking about he can't pinpoint how these guys are cheating, but they're cheating. I think that was 100% original. Ain't nobody else thinking about that. Raichi, welcome. Ham, do you have a problem with this thing looking similar or having similar concepts to other games or iterating on other games?
No. Why would I have any problem with that? Because games would just stop coming out. I feel like that's like saying you can't like you can't make any kind of genre now anymore.
Yeah. The first one to do it is the only one that can ever do it. Fighting games. Done. Let's cancel Tekken. Virtua Fighter was the first 3D fighting game. Every other fighting game that ever came out, stop it. Female protagonists. Because now first we're talking about genres, right? Let's talk about the actual in-game characters. Since Nintendo have a copyright on sheep and deer and crabs, right? The first game with the female protagonist, that's it. No more female protagonists. The first game with a male protagonist, that's it. No more white male protagonist. And then if you make a game with a black protagonist, that's it. No one ever makes another game with a black protagonist. Because if you make one that's shorter or taller, then you're infringing on someone else's copyright. Settle your asses down. There's nothing new under the sun. Make peace with it. It'll hurt less. Thank you, Sir X-Man. Here's another good analogy. Different manufacturers make the same type of TV. So should they start making the same style of TV? There we go. Should they stop? Should now, instead of TVs being square, should they come up with different shape? Actually, should they stop making televisions entirely? Because they still function as televisions. Although they have different shapes, they will still function as televisions. The problem with the PALWORLD, or the people that say that there's a problem with PALWORLD, is that they still function as Pokemon in terms of you capturing them and using them in battles and whatever. So they still function. The problem is with the function, not just the design. You see how this is crazy. Consoles. Who made the first console? Atari. Everyone else stopped making consoles.
All right, Logue, I think we get the point.
Have I made myself clear?
Oh, I think you made yourself clear. I think the whole thing just comes down to don't be salty that somebody else does something good.
Bro.
It hits. You figure out a way to do something better. You don't have to do exactly what they did, but you can do an iteration that's similar to, and there's no problem with it.
Yeah. Simple as.
I mean, just like remember, I don't know how much you remember the history, but like when Atari had Pong, there was so many different people that tried to make the exact same thing.
Yep.
And only the real ended up really surviving that. Same with Brick Breaker and stuff like that. There was so many other games that or developers that tried to produce and get that same reaction, but it just didn't work, and it ended up oversaturating a certain genre and whatnot, and people moved on.
That also helped the game crash, but also helped to crash the industry at the time, because there were so many consoles doing the exact same thing or even worse.
Right.
And then people stopped buying, and then the industry crashed.
So yeah, I mean, it's just
I love this one. I love this one.
Something good.
I love this one. This one's the cherry on top, ladies and gentlemen. Stanley Francois, I guess Loke and Ham can't have a video game podcast because there's other folks talking about games. There we go. Everyone shut up your video game podcast. Stop it. The first team that can prove that they were the first one to do a video game podcast. Those are the only guys allowed to do it. The hell, man. Anyways, Sir X-Man, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, can I copy Loke in a video game from AI. Sir X-Man, my likeness is still not copywritten. But as soon as it is, as soon as I'm famous enough to copyright my likeness, I'm coming to sue your ass. Let's move on. Some more with this one. PALWORLD Pokemon plagiarism accusations pile up as CEO responds. So here we're going to get into the response from the CEO. He says, we are currently receiving abusive and defamatory comments against our artists, in addition to tweets that appear to be death threats. He wrote on X.
Oh, did you see the person?
What?
I think it's like some person named like Alex Smith or something like that. Put like some article saying like Xbox players are like sending death threats to PALWORLD's developers to keep the game off of PlayStation.
No.
And then the like community manager person of PALWORLD said nobody did such a
Oh no.
and ratioed him to fucking Venus.
Oh my lord. That's bad.
I'll have to see if I can
That is
find that.
bad.
I don't know.
Dude, pull that up. Come on, that would be gold. That's what? What's his? You said his name is Alex Smith, correct?
I think so. I'm yeah, I got it up. Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen right here.
Put it up, man.
All right, so bam.
It says here, I worked as a dev, Ben Studios, Deviation Games, and Ember. Oh, this is a PlayStation X dev.
That's what he claims, but no one's ever heard of him.
Oh no, the actual like at Ben Studios, no one's ever heard of him.
Well, see, like Vinny dug up on him and realized that he's not in the credits of any games or nothing.
Oh my lord! And Vinny is vicious about that. He will check that shit.
Right. But go on ahead and read this.
Okay, he said regular Xbox players are sending emails to the PALWORLD community leader so that the game is not released on PlayStation. Among these messages, we have death threats. Okay, so before we get to this response, right? Before we get to this response, Ham, try and like let's go down this dark alley.
You're gonna try to make it make sense. I get you. Let's go.
This person is positing, right? This person is positing that Xbox players are having so much fun playing a specific game that they dropped their controllers, right? They stopped playing the game that they're having so much fun with. They stopped it so they can go and harass the very same people that made the game that they are loving right now, to make sure those people don't put that game on another platform.
Yeah.
Is that what's being sold here?
Yep.
All right. So right off the bat, right, even with no response from PALWORLD, it's kind of like the logic. It's not, the math is not mathing, bro. I'm sorry. The math is not mathing. But let's go to the response. We have received no death threats from anyone in regards to console support. No threats from any Xbox, PlayStation, or PC player about anything console or platform related. God damn. So there's 222 comments, 121 likes. So we got ratioed. I don't know what to say about this. Just that levels.
No, I got something to say.
Go ahead, bro.
This is essentially what people think is like some people think people like him is credible.
You think this guy?
You see
is
how
credible?
many people? 121 people liked it without question.
Okay, yeah. I guess so. Well, it's not 1,000 people, so that's something, I guess. It's not
I
1,000.
guess, but like the thing is it could have been if old Bucky right here didn't say, "Yo, hold the phone. This is Cap."
But for me, right? Because, dude, I'm not really stressed about what everyone else thinks. I like to think about what I think. And the first thing, like I said, before we even get to the response, I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I just read something. Let's see if this logically makes sense. This makes no sense before old Bucky even says a damn thing. I think I'm gonna take the time to look at who pressed like on this guy's post, and if I'm following them, like I think that's reason enough to unfollow him. Like it's not even about console warring at this point. It's just about I want to have intelligent conversations, or I want to have conversations that benefit or profit me in terms of my time invested. If you can't read a post and then make logical deductions, the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Pardon my French, but what are we doing? It was a dumb opinion to even start with. When it comes to PlayStation, it's going to break the Steam records. I know Mike Johnson's your guy, but I think this is cap. PlayStation does not have more people than Steam. PC is literally the largest platform on the planet. It's going to do great numbers on PlayStation. It's not going to beat the Steam numbers.
No.
Go ahead, Am.
No, I agree with you. Look, no, like PlayStation's cool and whatnot, but no, there's more people in the world that just have Steam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an app. It's an app compared to hardware, and more people around the world have a computer.
Yeah.
And all it takes is you getting on your computer and downloading that.
And also the Pokemon mod for me is just more proof of like, dude, PC Master Race, Sam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When did anything on Twitter make sense? You should see my feed. My feed is very like tightly controlled. There's no foolishness. And if any foolishness shows up, it disappears very quickly. So yeah. That happened. False accusations, false PAL accusations. Anyway, let's move on. So to Mike Johnson's point here about numbers, PALWORLD hits more concurrent Steam players than Cyberpunk and Elden Ring. This is wild. So according to the independent Steam aggregator SteamDB, which collates data from Valve's storefront, PALWORLD, a survival game which made an impact on social media due to its initial trailer, which viewers described as Pokemon with guns, has reached a maximum peak of 1.2 million concurrent players at the time of writing, which is over 200,000 more than Cyberpunk 2077. Mike Johnson, has PlayStation ever had one game with 1 million concurrent players? I'm not even talking about recent. I'm not even talking about on the PS5. I'm talking about all time. All time. Ham, do you know of one PlayStation game that had 1 million concurrent players?
I mean, off the top of my head, no, I don't know.
Mike Johnson, please show us this one game that had 1 million concurrent players, which is over 200,000 more than Cyberpunk. That makes it the 5th highest peak in Steam history. Though the 4 games above it are currently free to play, The game only needs around 30,000 more concurrent players to overtake Dota 2 and 65 to overtake Lost Ark. Above those are Counter-Strike 2 and PUBG. 3 million. Guys, we're talking Mike Johnson. Like, I don't want to sound like an expert right now. You can call me a pony bot, whatever. But I'm just these is not just like kind of great numbers. This is all time great. This is like when James Harden went like 3 months scoring 30 points or more. We don't see this. Look at because the games above it is games that came out years ago, sometimes decades ago, and people don't even mention these games anymore. You can't tell the story of video games without talking about Lost Ark, Counter-Strike 2, PUBG, and Dota 2. These legendary numbers. There's nothing on PlayStation pulling that. It's not happening.
Yeah, we thought Hogwarts was a big deal last year, right?
This is a big deal. This really is a big deal. PS4, PS5 is a big player base. I wouldn't mind PALWORLD going to PlayStation for full release. I have no problem with this.
It doesn't do me any good or bad if it goes to another platform. I really don't care. I mean, to see something that's only for Xbox, I mean, of course my selfish side of me says, yeah, I want to see something be kept over for Xbox, but when I go into like the reality of it, it doesn't do anything for me.
It's whatever.
You not being able to play this because you have a PlayStation, but I can play it because I have an Xbox, doesn't pay my light bill. You know what I'm saying? Like it, like it all really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Especially since it's a third party game. It really is just like, okay. I don't care personally. It can come out. I just know that it ain't out right now, and that's not where I'm playing.
Yeah, I would have no problem with this thing going on PlayStation. It's cool. So X-Men, I did see this. That was kind of salty by IGN, and I find it ironic. I found it ironic. I just forgot about it, but thanks for bringing it up. So X-Men with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, so X-Men. Says, did you see the meme on IGN for PALWORLD with black screen for PlayStation and Xbox and Steam? Got a full picture for the game. I saw that.
Yeah, it was disrespectful.
It wasn't disrespectful though. For me, the way I see it is, why is it, and this was my takeaway from it. Why is it IGN can have fun, right, at the expense of PlayStation? No one is sitting there calling IGN experts. If IGN sits there and has fun at Xbox, IGN is full of ponies.
Well, traditionally, yeah, that's what it's been seeming like.
So why is it?
But I feel
when they put that up, like I love Sexman for bringing this up. Sexman, thank you so much for keeping the same energy, because you are one of the people that always shits on IGN.
Oh yeah.
But thank you for keeping the same energy when IGN does the exact opposite. I appreciate you for that one. Sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, and see, this is the thing we've all known that this would be the kind of thing that would happen, right? Once Xbox starts doing good or whatnot, then it's time to shit on the other. And really, I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of like the weirdness behind the whole journalist thing is it's revealing itself to be like obvious that it's all about clicks. Like before, yes. It was like, do they want to bring me the news, or are they just kind of trying to get a click out of me? And now it's just like overtly like, no, we just trying to get that click. We just trying to get
But
that
at least
click.
they have journalists.
So I'm not surprised that Xbox is doing good and they're changing their tune. They're the same ones that just realized Xbox had games last year. They just realized that now. Because remember, not that long ago, they had the article saying Xbox finally has games. And that article just came out, what, like a week or two ago? And,
Yes.
and it's like they completely forgot about 2023. I think in fact that that Twitter post actually got community noted. About yeah, I'm pretty sure that Twitter post actually got community noted about them just not even thinking about 2023 because Xbox had all the games that came out then. So, of course, in my opinion, you're gonna change your tune when people start realizing, oh, this isn't that bad. People are actually liking this. Well, let me pander to them now.
Which proves, in my opinion, it proves that they're there for the customers. They're not there for the platform. So we need to stop with this whole it's full of ponies at IGN.
I don't know.
God damn it, Ham. God damn it. We're so close. We were so close. Come on, dude.
No, man.
Bring it home. Come on. Don't be like that, bro. Jeez, man is fighting until the very end. All right. All right, fine. Fine, let's move on to the next topic. PALWORLD embroiled in AI and Pokemon plagiarism controversy. So Steam's newest
this whole
survival
episode
game.
about PALWORLD today? Jeez Louise.
I wasn't joking. When I said PALWORLD, more PALWORLD, and then even more PALWORLD when I put it in the thumbnail. It's not just PALWORLD, obviously, but we're gonna get to other stuff. Steam's newest hit survival game has been accused of plagiarism designs by Pokemon and social media. Oh, okay. Sorry, we already covered this. Sorry, my bad.
And no more PALWORLD. Right, so thank goodness I can just play it.
We can move on from PALWORLD. We can move on from PALWORLD. WWE 2K 2024 will be released in March. Celebrates 40 years of WrestleMania. So this one is the inner child in me. I just wanted to reminisce on WWE games and how they've changed, and also whether it's gotten better or not. So the latest edition of WWE 2K series will be released on March 8th. It will be available on PS5, Series X, S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The game will feature Cody Rhodes on the front cover of the standard edition, while the deluxe edition will feature Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. A special 40 years of WrestleMania edition will feature original artwork featuring some of the biggest names in WWE history, including The Rock, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. WWE 2K24's main showcase mode will celebrate WrestleMania, allowing players to recreate some of the best matches from the event's 40-year history, unlocking new content in the process. 4 new match types will be added: special guest referee, ambulance match, casket match, and gauntlet match. And the backstage area will now feature new interactive features like a working elevator and breakable control room glass. Improvements made to the gameplay include super finishes, the ability to dive onto multiple opponents outside the ring, double title matches, and the ability to throw weapons, as well as the addition of 7 real WWE referees. The standard edition will be $60 on the PS4 and Xbox One and PC, and $70. I swear, dude, PC is the only way to go. Ham.
Listen, but you're talking about PC. Got it. Yeah, I mean, PC's always been $60 for games. I mean, you look at Baldur's Gate that
The
came out,
same
it was
game.
$60.
So why is it $70 on the more expensive console? Is it like, oh, so you have money to buy the latest consoles, then you have an extra $10, motherfucker? Is that the threat?
Well, it's more or less a corner. Like you're cornered into having to pay the extra $10 because this is your only way of being able to play it. Compared to if you force PC to do something like that, they're scared of like piracy and stuff like that. They're not scared of piracy on the console.
Oh, screw it, man. Screw it. PC for the win. That's all I have to say about that. PC for the win. Hamothy, what are your thoughts on WWE 2K24 and celebrating 40 years of WrestleMania?
Cool. But I just still can't get like I'm still not ready to buy another one because they come out with this game every year. I feel like it takes like it it takes like the excitement away from running out and purchasing it. Like I'd almost rather just get it when it's on a deep sale and play it if I hear it's good than to go out and buy it day one because it's just like I don't know. They made some pretty dope improvements to this one, but if I know that they're just gonna come out with the next one next year, this one doesn't hold that much value to me to spend that much money on it. I might as well just wait until it's cheaper in price and just get on it. Then even if I wish to do that, and to me that's why the AEW game, that Fight Forever game, to me holds more value than the WWE. This is because I know they're not going to make another one this year.
So it doesn't steal value from whatever it is that you're
To
purchasing
me,
in
WWE 2K, and NBA 2K, Madden, all these games really need to just be updates every
That's
year.
all. $30
Like,
update.
yeah, $20-$30 updates. I think
Roster,
that's fair. Keep the same damn
roster
game
and
though.
kits.
Then you
Yeah.
have me more willing or like wanting to kind of because then I feel the need to stay inside of that ecosystem because it's the same. I just need to purchase the latest season to keep up to date with it, right?
There we
But
go.
seeing
There
that
we
it's
go.
a whole new game makes me not want to touch it at all. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happens with Madden. I'm just like, I'll just wait for it to go into EA Play or Game
And it
Pass
goes
or whatever.
quickly into Game Pass. Very quickly. Usually by January, February, it's in Game Pass or EA Play.
Well, yeah, it's probably gonna the newest Madden's probably gonna be out on Game Pass and whatnot like the week of the Super Bowl.
Pretty much. Yeah. So X-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Loke saying wheels on a bus, you can do it. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I got a lot of feedback, not only during the show, but also after. The kiddie songs, man. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You might as well make me sing WAP or something. I don't know. But I'm not singing the kiddie songs. Danger's voice, 100% agree with you. 2K is very greedy. And Ham, to your point, I actually brought this up years ago. That dude, what they should do is stop re-releasing these FIFAs and Maddens every year. Just give us one game with one engine for 10 years. And then make us upgrade, and we will upgrade. And then when you re-release the next game or for the next decade, then it's a meaningful upgrade. We will pay that 60 or 70 bucks gladly.
I feel
But
like it'll
this,
turn games into like a midnight release feeling again.
yes, PALWORLD, dude. I'm thinking about getting the physical version because you can see this game has legs.
There's a
This
physical
one is
version of
going.
PALWORLDs?
Wait, there's no physical. I just assumed that there's a physical.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
That would suck
I
if there's no
mean,
physical.
no, there definitely isn't, because the game's still in preview right now on Xbox and Steam. It's not even
All right.
completely
Okay. Well,
out
when it
technically yet.
when
It's
it
still in
eventually
preview.
comes out, this one's got the Elden Ring feel to it. Uh, yeah, Tekken is more expensive. I checked on the prices before I tried to pre-order it, and yeah, it's gonna cost me a pretty penny, but I'm still getting it on the Series X. I'm getting it on the Series X because PlayStation, they just make things too difficult for people that don't live in South Africa. Yeah. Danger's voice. If you don't have a PS5, then you're not a big baller. All right, let's move on. Oh, but before we do, I just wanted to say, Ham, I'm really looking forward to eventually playing this one because wrestling was a big part of my upbringing. And WrestleMania, the voice of Vince McMahon saying, "Welcome to WrestleMania." Like it keeps replaying in my mind. And I love everything about WrestleMania. And then they've got The Rock there. Uh, I, I, I need to get it. I need to get this game. I'm just disappointed that Fight Forever is more of an arcade wrestling game than any of the 2K games have ever been. And if you remember correctly, arcade is how most wrestling games were back in the day.
Right.
And I don't think changing it to a more technical wrestling game made it better. Agreed, Subway hasn't been great since THQ. The problem is they changed it into a technical simulation of wrestling instead of just letting it be that fun thing, right?
That's why I said the AEW one, because the AEW is more arcade.
It's definitely more arcade. It's more just fun. Whereas this one, they're trying to be, I don't know, they're trying to be uppity, in my opinion. Anyway, moving on.
Uppity.
Monster Hunter Rise no longer works on Steam Deck after Capcom updated it with new DRM. So these are the issues I can deal with when I'm on PC. I can deal with this. Here's the article from VGC. The game previously used de novo anti-tamper technology, but the latest version 16.0.2.0 update reportedly removes it, and as noted by modder Fluffy Quack, replaces it with the controversial Enigma protected DRM. Enigma had been added to Resident Evil Revelations earlier this month, but Capcom was forced to revert the update and remove the DRM after players complained about performance has been added to the Steam version of Monster Hunter Rise, and it appears to be causing issues again. The game's Steam page has been hit with a number of negative reviews, with its usual very positive review summary reduced to mixed. Many of these reviews note that the game will now no longer run on Steam Deck, with players blaming the addition of Enigma. Though there's no definitive proof this is the exact reason, as opposed to another issue with the same update. So here's the quote. Capcom added Enigma DRM to this game, which has reduced performance and broke the game on Steam Deck. It's baffling that they didn't even test Steam Deck compatibility, given that they advertised their support for it. Even more baffling when they just did this exact same thing 2 weeks prior with Resident Evil Revelations and also had to pull the patch until they could fix it. So again, PC for me, I'm gonna do it, but strictly through GOG,
See,
because
that's what they all
GOG
say at
the
first.
it's cool. If I can't keep up, it's fine. I'll jump back to Steam or whatever. But the idea for me is maybe, you know what, maybe I might still get the next consoles, but just because of content creation. You get me? So like a
Sure.
game comes out and it's not on PC, but it's on PlayStation exclusively, or it's on Xbox exclusively for a year or for a certain period, and I absolutely need to play that specific game for content creation. Fine, I'll get consoles for that. but my main platform will definitely be PC.
Whatever
Did you
you
see that
say there,
Raw
brother.
is on net? Wait, WWE Raw is on Netflix.
Is it?
Hold on, Ham. We need to stop the show for 2 minutes.
Oh yeah,
WWE Raw.
yeah. It starts next year.
I'm back on wrestling.
Yeah, it starts January of next year, I believe.
Gogo Paul, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you. 2K is the worst publisher. The last game I liked from was XCOM 2. Dude, how many years since XCOM came out? That's wild. XCOM's been out for a minute. Ham, thoughts on Monster Hunter Rise are no longer working on Steam Deck?
I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm not a fan of that game, so I don't have too much to say. But like in the sense of like preservation and in stuff like that, it's just like what the fuck, man. Like if something worked yesterday and it doesn't work now today, that's a problem.
After you've purchased it.
Right. Like you spent the money on it. You see that this is compatible with it, and then all of a sudden the developers, you guys break it. And now you break it to a point where you come out with a statement saying, "Hey, you can't do this no more." Sorry, dog. That ain't good.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good for Steam Deck owners. It's just a horrible practice that needs to be. That needs to not ever happen. That's not cool.
It's why GOG for me is so appealing, because GOG, the number one rule on GOG is that when you buy the game, if the game is available on GOG, I'm gonna become a GOG stan, Ham. If a game's available on GOG and you buy that game, there's nothing that could ever happen to that game that you won't have access to it. You will have the install files. It's yours. And no need for piracy or anything. So GOG for the win. Stanley Francois is losing his shit. Says, what Raw is on that Netflix? Yep, pretty much weekly, dog. That is wild. Just thinking about it is crazy. Gogo says I was about to say WWF. Yes, you're very old. You are very old, Gogo. We are. Anyways, moving on, Ham. 343 says Halo Infinite is done with seasons as it shifts approaching.
It's going to like content updates or something like that.
Please explain what that even means, because I don't play the online of Halo. Please explain.
I mean, I don't know. I just know that that's what they're calling it now.
All right, so let me get into the article, because I thought you were going to give me a little bit more nuance on this one, because you actually play the online. So the studio is shifting its approach to an operations model starting on January 30th, in which it will offer 20 tiers of free unlockable rewards every 4 to 6 weeks. Halo Infinite's next free update, Operation Spirit of Fire, will add new customization options, a new map, Forge editions, and more on January 30th. The move away from larger, long-running seasons represents a significant change for Infinite. Speaking during a live stream on Friday, 343 Senior Community Manager John, put this guy's name up on the screen, because I don't know how to say it. John Junishek. Anyway, John Unishek. There you go. What? A bit. Yeah, there. Yeah. I don't know how to say that name. I'm guessing Junishek.
I think it's John Juszczyk. I'd say Juszczyk.
Yeah, okay, sure. John emphasized that the company would continue to support Infinite in 2024. However, it confirmed that the studio is also working on new projects alongside the shooter. We're making a shift to, this is his quote, we are making a shift in how we're approaching Infinite going forward. He said, for Master Chief Collection players, this is probably going to sound very familiar. The gist of it is we're no longer referring to seasons. We're shifting away from seasons. For us here at the studio, it's going to be an exciting year for Halo. We have a dedicated team working on supporting Halo Infinite and continuing to deliver going forward. But also, yes, we have additional teams that are accelerating towards the future, working on brand new projects. There are a lot of things cooking here. Ham, please tell me I'm not crazy. We're getting Halo campaign DLC, or we're getting a new Halo campaign. Thoughts?
I don't know about all that. I mean, that's something to take away from that being said, right?
That's a lot.
I mean, that's cool, but I don't know, man. I I I'm just more or less hoping that what you're saying has some sort of credence, because I don't
Wait,
know
so
where you're hearing that or thinking of that.
no. This is me doing one of my leaps, man. One of my Michael Jordan's like reaches.
Oh, you're stretched.
Specifically, I'm stretching all the way, dude. I'm stretching all the way. It's specifically the only thing they did confirm is that they're changing to these tiers here every what is it, 30 days?
I thought it said like 3 weeks or like 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, they'll offer 20 tiers of free unlockable rewards every 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, 4
That's
to
what
6.
they're doing right now. Yeah, that's what they're doing now.
Okay.
I'm hoping when he said there's lots of things cooking, Ham, I'm just stretching. I'm like, dude, he said here there are a lot of things cooking here. There's teams working on brand new projects. The brand new project must be the next Halo game or a significant campaign DLC for Infinite.
I'm hoping what they're planning on possibly doing, like obviously, more campaign would be phenomenal, and I think it'd be
That would be
something that
awesome.
everybody would love, especially being left on the cliffhanger that we were left on in Infinite, right?
Yeah.
But all in all, like, we know that they're looking at Halo more as like a multiplayer, right? Same way you look at Call of Duty, where it's like, sure, story, but multiplayer. That's why we're here. I hope that they make strongholds.
I disagree.
I really hope that they make some sort of like stronghold where it's just like, it's like you and 4 other people like loading into a level where you're going from, A to B, and you guys have
Yeah.
to, take out all these small things, and then there's like a boss or like a ship or some sort of thing that you have to tackle at the end, and then depending on how you died, you get like if you didn't die, you get a perfection. If you did die or whatever, like maybe there's like a ranking between you and the other 4 people that you're playing, and you're trying to get the best score or whatnot, but you're all playing together collectively. I think that
Mm-hmm.
something like that would be pretty hot to me.
Clearly, someone's been playing a lot of the finals. Halo Ham wants Halo finals. That's what he wants.
No, I don't want Halo Finals, because no, not at all. What I'm looking for is something like what Destiny has, right? Where it does all like the strongholds in Destiny. You go in, you do, fight all these minions, and then there's a big bad guy at the end.
But you want that PvP.
No, I want it PvE, but I want the scoring to be PvP.
Okay.
So it's just like you're all working together, but there is one person on the team that just That guy.
He won that round.
Yeah, he
you
was the
guys are
man
working as a team
for that round. Or yeah, I like that. That's kind of like an Exo Primal kind of
Yes.
thing. If you played
Yes.
Exo Primal, where you guys are
I
all
did.
on the team, but at the end it shows like this person had the most assists. This person is like the biggest badass on the team. This person over here wrecked the most vehicles. Like something
This
like
guy
that. Yeah.
revived everyone the most.
Yeah, revives and stuff like that.
All right.
That unleashes
so
more
Ham,
achievement opportunities as well to add to the game.
So Ham wants more PvE stuff. I want more campaign. Let's see who wins. Halo, look at me. Look at me. All right. Do what I'm saying. Don't listen to him.
No. Listen
Moving
to both
on.
of us, please, because I want as much content, and I want you guys to figure out as many things to do with Halo as you possibly can. This thing should be like Mario in the streets.
Oh wow. Mario is a big. That's a big one to try and clear. It's a big one.
Hell, I'll take Sonic.
Yeah. I think that's more realistic. I think Sonic's more realistic. Let's move on to the next one. Games leaving PlayStation Plus Extra in February revealed. So here's the list.
Well, we always
Ace
talk about
Combat.
leaving Xbox. We never talk about leaving PlayStation. That's interesting.
Yeah. That's why I was like, okay, let's put something different here. When we talk about PS Plus, we always talk about the games that are going in. So here's the list: Ace Combat 7, Hue, I Am Setsuna, Lost Sphere, Lost Words, Beyond the Page, Oninaki, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Tacoma, Tekken 7, Thomas Was Alone. Anything here stick out to you, Ham?
No. None of those games are for me in particular. And I own Tekken already, so it's just like, okay.
Yeah. Have you played Ace Combat 7?
Ace Combat 7 is a pretty good game. I'll give it that.
It's very good. The
But
campaign is very nice.
But I'm all set. It's a good game, but it's the same way I look at Ages of Empire, where it's like it's good, but it's just not exactly good for me.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil is also good. Several of these games on here are good. They're just not for me. You asked me what I thought of it, and I'm just shrugging my shoulders.
None. For me, this is, and I'm reaching again, right? I'm just projecting. This is Tekken 8 on PS Plus very soon.
That's what they're trying to do by taking Tekken 7 out of there, and I think that's smart from PlayStation. In a business standpoint. You take away that game, that kind of makes people be like, oh shit, now I need to go buy Tekken 7, and then it's like, oh shit, there's a new Tekken out, might as well just buy that one.
Yeah, I think after the first 3 to 6 months of Tekken 8, what happened?
I just randomly got attacked in PALWORLD.
That's what happened. That's what happens when you're playing on these servers. As I was saying, I think after the first 3 to 6 months of Tekken 8 being out, I predict it's going to go to PS Plus. I think PlayStation is going to be much more aggressive with their subscription service. With like Game Pass is moving the needle, and I think there's going to be a reaction from PS Plus. It's just taking a minute for us to see it, but we're going to start seeing it this year, in my opinion.
I appreciate Go Paul for just coming out and saying it. Loke, you're just a pony.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just felt good to say it.
Why am I a pony though?
I don't know.
Go Paul. Why am I a pony? I don't understand.
This feels right.
Anyway, I played it. I played the campaign for Ace Combat on the Xbox. So take that, I guess. And it's a very good one. It's a very, very good game. Sergeant. Welcome in. Welcome in. Vincent got the platinum for Tekken 7 on Sunday. All right. You're ready to go for 8 then. Moving on. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth limits new Game Plus access to digital deluxe and ultimate editions. Sega is raising some eyebrows with its decision to essentially paywall the new Game Plus feature in Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, spotted by PC Gamer. In total, there are 4 different versions of Infinite Wealth, 3 digital and 1 physical. As you can see in the screenshot below, the standard edition includes the base game and nothing additional. But what's caught some attention is how new Game Plus mode is mentioned as a perk if you decide to buy the deluxe or ultimate edition digitally. Additionally, the Redditor Megasomark posted a month ago that they contacted Sega's support team to clarify the situation. Sega's support team confirmed New Game Plus is indeed only available in the Master Vacation Pack. Sega did not immediately respond to IGN's request for comment. Any recommendations? Richie, from that list, my recommendation is Tekken 7 and Ace Combat 7. Very good games. Hamothy, what are your thoughts on New Game Plus being locked behind the premium edition?
I think that's funny. They call the game Infinite Wealth. And it's not because you have infinite wealth in the game. It's just that they're infinitely making money off of your ass. That's why it's called Infinite Wealth. Y'all missing the point.
Oh my goodness.
But
there's too much irony. It's too much irony.
Right? So I mean, I think that's kinda scummy. Not gonna lie. I mean, usually I'm a heavy Nintendo advocate. They do no wrong.
It's Sega, not Nintendo.
Sega. I mean, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Sega advocate.
Yeah.
They do no wrong. Sega's always been like in my blood ever since, ever since I was conceived. But I tell you, like practices like this, it doesn't matter if you're part of my family. I don't like it. I don't like it. This ain't helping nobody but you. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't helping nobody but you. There is no explanation other than give me money.
Yeah.
That's the only explanation of it. And it's like, and it's weird because it gives you like a sense of like, I didn't buy enough, right? I bought enough to play the game, but I didn't buy it enough to play it twice. My own game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think this is silly. This is something that I just can't get down with.
Yeah. And I'm a big Yakuza guy. And I've always said like they have the best value in their games, in my opinion. I wish I had found. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I wish I had found the Yakuza series like when it first started banging.
You should be happy you found it when you did, and you're not, because imagine being new to it and you're like, looking for the best value, and then you're like, oh man, Yakuza's always been pretty good with my money, and then you see this and you're like, yo, what are you guys thinking? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's kind of a dark turn moment where it's just like, oh shit, they notice their value. Oh fuck. They realize what they have is a killer, and now they're killing me with the killer.
Yep, exactly. And oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Vega with a gigantic shout. Yakuza Collection is available for $30 right now on GOG. Go and buy that game right now on GOG, even if you don't have a PC that can play it. Because GOG is true ownership, ladies and gentlemen. It's yours. No one's ever going to take it away from you. Get that game on GOG. Oh my goodness, $30. Ham, with this infinite wealth thing, I the reason why I'm pissed off about it, and I have to be honest here, is because if this thing doesn't get patched out, I'm probably just gonna buy the deluxe edition when it's time to buy it. Because if you're going to buy a Yakuza game, you might as well just do it. So I'm just being honest about it. No cap. It sucks.
You sound hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurt because I don't think it's necessary. I am hurt. I don't think it's necessary to be charging people for new Game Plus, guys. I get it. You guys need to make you guys need to make money, but this is not it. This is not how to force everyone to go to the digital deluxe, because that's the idea, to add value to the digital deluxe version. That's not the way. This is not the way. Not right now, but on sale. Okay, it's fine. PC sales come up all the time. It might not be right now. Just keep an eye out on GOG. Matter of fact, everyone start maining GOG. Leave Steam alone. Leave Epic. Start maining GOG. All right? Start owning your stuff. Let's move on. Ham, this one's very interesting, and it takes us back to PALWORLD. New data poisoning tool aims to help artists fight back against artificial intelligence. As AI continues to be a double-edged sword in the digital landscape, a new data poisoning tool will allow artists to reclaim control over their creative work and void any AI-generated replications. Announced by the University of Chicago's Glaze team, the first version of Nightshade, that's what the tool is called, Nightshade, is available to download. On its official website, the team notes that Nightshade is similar to its other tool. Instead of being a defensive tool, however, Nightshade takes more of an offensive approach and allows artists to distort feature presentations inside generative AI image models. Nightshade is supposed to poison AI models. It's supposed to poison AI models if the original art and images you created were repurposed without your consent.
That's awesome.
That's it? It's awesome? That's all you got?
No. I mean, like, we just had that person on our show the other day that was just super against AI and all, like, you know, the artists, the people that make this have no protection. This is a form of protection right here.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, this is literally what I was saying needed to happen for AI to be legitimized. So whenever you're going to make a game, that it's not going to come back to bite you. That you're not going to come out, make a splash like PALWORLDs did, and then you have to take it off the shelves. You have to take it off the digital shelves because you use A and B's artwork without authorization or something like that. And this also is able to then protect those that wish to have their stuff used in AI. Right?
Yes.
This gives you an actual place to say, I'm putting my shit here so people can use it and I can get some kickback for it.
Yeah, you can get paid for it. Legitimizes the whole thing.
So this is literally what I've been what I was trying to tell old boy that was on the show a couple weeks ago. Like, yo, if they do something like this,
RJ, RJ.
Yeah. This is what I was trying to tell RJ. Like, yo, if they do something like this where it protects both sides, it protects the artist and it protects the developer at the same time, what are we complaining about AI then for? Right? AI is really
nullifies the
just
whole
turning.
argument.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's turning that piece of paper into a computer now, right? It makes things easier to use and less wasteful. So this is a badass W. Big
And we
dub. What
can
do you got to
stop
say about it? Look, I'm kind of curious what your opinion is because you're kind of quiet about it.
literally the exact same thing. This is one of those few topics where me and you, we are 100% in sync. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a thing of beauty. Same thing as you, Ham. I think this is going to be amazing for the future of content generation digitally, because I'm 100% sure Nightshade is not going to be the only one, right?
Right.
There's definitely going to be other iterations of this app protects, just like VPNs. There's going to be a whole bunch of apps that are going to appear and be like, this app protects your intellectual property, this app protects your art, and so on and so forth. Go ahead and post your stuff online. If anyone wants to use it on the like, if anyone wants to use it for their generation, right, of images or character models, etc., then feel free to do it, but you have to give the person kickback. So based off of that, dude, for me, this is big news. Wow. Okay, so going back to the last topic before we came to the AI poisoning thing, Yakuza 1 to 6 and Like a Dragon, and also Ishin, the man who knows his name. I think he lost his name or something. These games are still on Game Pass. That's wild. So yeah, you can play the entire Yakuza series technically. Well, it's not free, but free. You can play them on Game Pass right now. Ham,
Right.
this is a big dub for AI. And it's not even doing a disservice for AI. AI is not threatened by this. This is a good thing. This just legitimizes and legalizes the practice or the use of AI for whatever generation. So I'm happy. I'm happy about this one. Last topic before we head on out of here, Ham. Some bad news. UK retailer Game, right? The retailer is called Game, is reportedly ending software trade-ins. So, according to Eurogamer, which reports that staff have been informed of plans to cease the long-running service on February 16th, so that very soon. While Game has yet to officially comment on the matter, the site said it has corroborated the news with multiple branches of the retailer. And to my point on the video that I published on Sunday, this is what video game journalism looks like. Okay? They went out, right? Eurogamer went out and actually did some investigative journalism. They got in touch with Game. They have sources within Game staff. See, that's what you call journalism. The stuff that you see on TSWS, the stuff that you see on Kind of Funny, etc. That's not journalism. But sorry, going back to the topic. VGC has contacted game owner Fraser's Group for comment on this report after Game stops offering trade-ins. Pre-owned stock will reportedly continue to be sold until it's all gone. As its trade-in policy currently stands, Game accepts most console games and gaming accessories, although this doesn't include retro consoles and games including PS2, GameCube, Game Boy, or older. There are currently some 320 standalone game stores and concessions within Sports Direct and House of Fraser. A move to cease trade-ins would leave CEX as the only other major high street chain offering such a service. Physical game sales accounted for just over 10% of annual games revenues in the UK last year, according to preliminary figures published last week by the Entertainment Retailers
What was that
Association.
percentage again?
10%
Of all games were physical?
all games.
That's very telling. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just like, we see people complaining currently about Xbox and what they're doing with, going all digital. We also see the complaining, similar for Sony as well. They're not they're not out as well of this, because a lot of people are curious as to the next the PlayStation 5 Pro and stuff like that. Is that going to be all digital, or is it going to be physical as well? I mean, I'd expect it to be physical, seeing it's supposed to be your premier best version of the console. I'd expect it to be physical, but then again, they also made the detachable disc, so maybe it's something that you have to purchase extra for it. Don't know, right? I could totally see Sony as a company. Sony's no different than Microsoft when it comes to wanting that money.
True.
You know what I mean? So I
true.
can totally see Sony doing something kind of scummy and saying, "Hey, get the console, but you got to purchase the disc drive separate for the Pro." But you can use it's the same thing that the new Slims came out with. You could just purchase that, right? I could see that being a possibility. And sure, we may call it scummy or whatnot, but for them, it's just money. You need it, go buy it.
Pretty much.
That's how that kind of stuff works. But at the same time, it's just like, is it that great for us? No. But at the same time, they're seeing the writing on the wall, right? Where it's just like, yo, like, I can keep putting this disc drive on here, but y'all aren't buying it. I mean, what the hell am I gonna keep costing more money to make these consoles, and y'all aren't? 90% of y'all are buying the digital version. Think about that. I'm making dinner. I'm making chicken. I'm making mashed potatoes. I'm making green beans. I make that for dinner. Everyone's going to eat the mashed potatoes. Everyone's going to eat the chicken. But only 10% of y'all are going to eat the green beans. Do I want to make green beans the next meal?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of that if only 10% are going to eat it?
And the number's just going to keep dropping.
Exactly.
Yeah. We can't lie to ourselves about that. One specific point before we move on. Before I respond to this specific topic, Ham, you haven't changed the image on the screen to the specific item we're talking about. Sapo, wouldn't the artist or developer have to pay into the service to have their IP protected? I'm sure that just like VPNs, there's going to be so much demand for this. There's going to be free versions. There's going to be government instituted versions, because everyone has the right. Actually, no. Let me go back on that one. IP you have to pay for. Ham, you're aware of this, right? You have to pay. You have to pay to protect your intellectual property, Sapo. So that's not much of a problem, dude. For some reason, Before everything was protected because people couldn't draw the way you drew. But now that there's a machine that can do it, now before you were just protected because only you could do it. Now you have to actively protect yourself. And I'm sorry, the same way Disney has to pay for their rights, you have to pay for yours as well when it comes to IP. And even the fact, even IP protection or exclusivity runs out. I think it was Mickey Mouse that became public domain a couple of weeks ago or last year.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't keep.
It was the black and white one. It was damn. I
Yeah,
forgot what that thing is called.
I think you only keep. You can only
Steamboat
keep.
Willie.
Yeah, I think you can only keep IP for like 80 years or 100 years or something like that. But after that, it's fair game. You can't keep anything to yourself forever. That's the law of the planet. So make peace with it, man. It'll hurt less. Reichi, to your point, no, this is Yakuza. Well, for me at least, right? Because of how I like to play, Yakuza is not 3 to 6 months. Yakuza literally is 2 years of video games because I like to take my time. I do all the side missions. I do all the little side activities like going to the karaoke bars and all of that. So yeah. You purchased Metal Gear 2 and 3 for PlayStation 2.
I want to see Loke singing. I want to hear Loke sing the Young Yeah part.
What? Oh my god, the Baka Mitai?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I hope no one pays. I hope no one sends a super chat for that one. I'm good. I'm good. I would have to sing it because it's not one of those kiddie songs, but oh my god. The Young Yeah Baka Mitai. Oh, his version is just it's very icky. It's very icky. Ham, to the whole digital thing, Matthew Ham brings up a very good point. Thank you, Matthew Ham.
My cousin never brings up any good points. Don't give.
He says they can delete or stop access to your digital games. And again, that's why, Ham, that's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, I think PC and GOG specifically is the way to go. Because these consoles are heavily invested in the whole ESG thing. And I'm not down for like to be controlled by social credit score. I have my opinions, and I don't want to leave myself open to, Loke is disagreeing with something that he shouldn't be. He's not allowed to disagree with. So based off of that, his card doesn't work anymore. His bank doesn't work anymore. His console doesn't work anymore, etc., etc. I'm not saying I'm going full conspiracy theorist or fully off the grid and all that other bullshit, but I'm definitely not like happy about consoles going fully digital. So Matthew Ham, that's a very good point. Geez, everyone's just keeps buying games. Vincent Vega bought Monster Hunter physical for PS4, no disc drive, no physical means I'll buy only on sale. They don't care as long as you do buy. It's called soft power. As long as you do buy, that's all they care about. USA became the #1 copyright protector after he stole all European tech. I don't know anything about that, Reggie. I cannot comment. Yeah, Ham, this is a good one. Yobi says, why don't you sing?
Oh, I ain't singing shit.
Someone said in a super chat, let's get Ham singing Baka Mitai.
Oh, man, I don't know the first word.
Let's do it. You know what, Ham? You have internet. Go on YouTube.
I have no internet. I do not have the internet. I do not have the internet. The internet is not real.
That's your excuse right now.
The internet's not a real place. I only sing in real places.
And the internet's not a real place. This guy. Okay, Ham, who do you think is going to do it first? Go full digital. Sapo brings it up, says who's coming up to do it. Who do you think will go first full digital? Sony, Xbox, or PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo? Who's gonna go first?
Oh, by far, by far Microsoft. By far, because they have the most to gain from it.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like they have the most to gain from it. They already have a lot of content and whatnot that's not available physically.
Yeah.
And they want to be spread out across mobile, PC, and console and cloud. So why keep forcing physical when your ecosystem doesn't need it? You see what I'm saying?
And the people on the ecosystem are telling you they don't need it by their actions.
They literally. And I mean, like, to be honest, and to be honest, a lot of people like myself that pay attention closely to gaming realize a lot of this physical media is really just a placebo.
Pretty much, because you still
You
have to
literally
install.
don't own any of it. You have to check in.
No,
if you
you
have to
don't.
check in for something, you ain't free to do it.
Yep.
I mean, you can't
Pretty
say
much.
I run this household and then be like, right, mama?
Right, mama? Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
That don't work.
Exactly. Ham, can I come have a beer by your place? Yeah, let me check my schedule. And then you put me on mute. Then you're like, babe, can he come? Can Lo come over for a beer? And you're like, yeah, man, I had to think about it. Yeah, feel free. Hop on, but you don't run things. You co-run things. You know what I mean? It's not really yours. It's kind of ours. You know, when you bought Remnant 2 on Xbox, you didn't really buy it. What you did was you asked Xbox for permission to kind of access it temporarily. And then as soon as it becomes inconvenient for Xbox, you won't have access to it anymore.
Yep. Hey, what happens in Gran Turismo when you don't pay your internet on time? That whole career mode that you worked on, gone. And that's a single player game. That's a single player game. There's no multiplayer. I mean, there's multiplayer functions in that game, but the point of that game is to play single player and collect cars and do races. You can only play arcade. You cannot do the simulation stuff without internet.
That's wild.
It is wild, but it's also just today.
That's the reality.
It is
on
like
the ground.
There's no more. Oh, they do that at Xbox, but they don't do that at Nintendo or PlayStation. No, they do it everywhere now. You can't run. It's here.
Except GOG.
But GOG. But even to access GOG, what do you need?
No. Let me stop you right there, Ham. Let me stop you right there. When you buy a game off GOG, they give you the install file.
Right, they
do. So even if GOG goes down tomorrow and disappears and vanishes, you have a legal copy of Remnant 2.
That's
that
fair.
You can just
That's
install.
Fair. I'll take that point back. That's fair. No, because you do. GOG is essentially like a cartridge.
Yes, digital
it goes
cartridge
to your hard drive.
Because a cartridge, yeah, and also a digital cartridge that you can put on your OneDrive, and it is preserved forever without the clutter that Ray Chi is talking about here, and also it's never going to oxidize. So it's never going to not work because cartridges and discs, no matter how much you can say, oh, I have a PS2 and that disc is mine and I can access it forever, you really can't. the disc will get to a point where it doesn't read. The cartridge will get to a point where it doesn't read. Discs can get scratched, cartridges, etc. The digital version of whatever game you have that you have saved on your OneDrive or on your hard drive is forever. You'll never lose that. So I'm gonna be capping GOG very hard for the foreseeable future. Like 95% PS4, PS5 games are fully working offline without a patch, so no check-in needed. And to this point specifically, I think what me and Ham are specifically talking about is the future proofing of your video game purchases.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is it works now. They got it now. Even Xbox has a disc tray now. But it's not going to be there tomorrow. I mean, for the Series X console and the PS5, sure. But PS6
in 2030, are you still going to be on the Series X? You still going to be on the PS5?
Well, maybe, but in the sense of, is that going to be the premier place to play for these platforms?
No.
And will it have a disc? And with that, I say doubtfully. When you look at these numbers and whatnot, and then also, like I said, these companies want their business to be a revolving door. They don't want it to be, all right, you walk in, you walk out, and I don't know when I see you again. Right? And I feel like traditionally that's what they've been. But the more that these services come into play, I mean, Ubisoft already came out and said, get used to not owning your games.
Make peace with it.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, it stinks to say, but that's kind of the reality of it. And and to be honest, I can see GOG struggling in 10 years. Bad. I can see GOG struggling hard in here in 20 years, or becoming an indie place.
Oh, because people are not going to put games on it.
Exactly.
Well, so far they're not big enough that people aren't putting it. They're still putting all their games there.
So I mean, I'm just looking at a future where a Take-Two or a Microsoft or a I don't know, Sony Santa Monica, or any of these folks out here that are currently running a big business are like, yo, like, we don't sell games really anymore. I'm wondering who's going to be the first to do it. I could totally see Take-Two being the first to be like, we ain't selling y'all shit no more. Y'all renting from now on.
What? Like, straight up, you're not selling games anymore.
And nothing is going to GOG now because everything is, you purchase it on the console and you play it there.
Or you play it on Steam.
Or you play it on Steam, but you cannot take this and use it somewhere else.
What?
Well, think about it. All these things that have Activision IDs, Ubisoft IDs, Capcom IDs.
Let me open up GOG.
Yo, I could totally see GOG taking a hit and being like, "Oh shit!" Like, they're not allowing anybody to, like they're essentially turning Steam into a host only.
Like now I'm curious to see what games are on GOG. It's all here, dude, right now. But yeah, I can see how in the future, in the near future, this could end up being a situation where people are like, nope, we're not going on GOG. I see your point. Yeah, I see your point. Yobi made a special request here. Wants us to address his specific post. He says 99% of games out from the past up to current times, you don't accept the EULA, the agreement, right? Terms and conditions. In said games, they won't let you enter the game to play it.
Right.
And this is after you've already paid for it. But I guess you can still get a refund because you haven't played it. But yeah, for me, the whole EULA thing is like, if you read it, they specifically say that you don't own this. They specifically say it. So, Rachie, what is that you just put in the chat? Oh my god. So X-Man, I didn't put you on blast, dude. I shouted you out. Do you feel like I put you on blast? I feel like I shouted you out, that you made a very good point. I don't understand. The EULA doesn't count smacks on on a hacked system. Okay, but yeah, to Yobi's point, Ham, if you read the EULA, we haven't owned games since forever. No one has actually owned games. Even on GOG, the EULA will still pop up when you open the game. But for me, I just feel like ownership is the only way. GOG is the only way for you to have like real ownership. Victor,
it also reiterates that if you do anything mischievous with this product, that you could be sued by said company.
It also what?
It also, like, will describe in many EULAs that if you do anything mischievous with this product, that you could be sued.
Oh,
or
yes,
in trouble.
yes.
Right? So,
yeah.
So I'm just telling people, I can do whatever I want with my pick. I mean, other than harm somebody, I can do whatever I want with this. I can do whatever I want with most things that I own. But even these games that I do own that you put in, you accept that EULA and then you do something. It's just like signing the terms to get a job or something like that. You break said contract, repercussions will ensue.
For video games, man, that's wild. Sir X-Man is miffed, Ham, because I put him on the side of IGN. Because the context that I put him on.
He deserves it after asking you to sing that song.
Sir X-Man, your problem is that I put you on IGN side. Like, do you hate IGN that much that you can't even be like associated in a positive manner with IGN? God damn. Do you want me to pull the tweet down, Sir X-Man? Just tell me if you want me to pull it down, I'll pull it down. Cause wow. Like for example, 2K series, which I play the hell out of, can't access the game until I accept the contract and terms. And look, these companies know people don't read it. I think you wanted to write, people ain't gonna read it. Yeah, dude, ain't nobody got time. Remember that meme? That old meme? Ain't nobody got time for that. No one reads the damn terms and conditions, man. Come on. They could get most gamers to sell their livers through the EULA, and most of us would just be like, accept, and then start playing. Dorian Gray, welcome in, says nonsense. I know how to remove API from my games. I own them. That's the thing, Dorian. You, right, do not make up the majority of gamers.
Nope.
So when we say you don't have ownership, I ain't talking to you, dog. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the majority, the people that don't have the technical expertise or the interest to go on YouTube and look up a 2-hour tutorial on how to break in or how to jailbreak their games. Most people can't
Most
do
people
that.
would even if Dorian made a video of it, people would be like,
No
yeah,
one would
that's
do
cool.
it.
Except
I'm good. Come on, Dorian. You know this. There's no way you don't know this. Come on.
There's a lot of people that
remember
believe
Unity?
and think they're like, yo, I don't need to take this to the grave with me. I don't care.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Like me, like I stopped being attached to music, and at the first,
I used to be very attached to music.
yeah, like I had all the CDs for Coldplay, Kanye West, etc. You know, but at some point,
Swift.
it was like whatever, dog. Whatever. I'll go watch their concerts. But for now, just Spotify Premium and keep it pushing. Like Ham says, just keep it pushing. Dorian Gray, this is slander. I will not be reading that. I don't understand why you would put this meme in the chat. Sir X-Man with the $2 super chat, appreciate you, says, I hate IGN with all my heart. Xbox text mofos IGN. Thank you for all of that.
Go,
Sir X-Man.
Let's go.
Let me just quickly go on my
Look in
Twitter
this damn
and delete.
place.
I'm deleting the post as we speak. There we go. Deleted, Sir X-Man. There's no proof that you and IGN have ever been on the same page about anything now. You're good. Are we friends now? Are we back to being friends, Sir X-Man? Jeez.
We need to get up out of here, though, dog.
Yeah. Me after reading the term of contract, no, I will not play the game. I will refund it. Steam, you played this game for 3 hours. Exactly. Because there's so many terms and conditions. By the time you finish, you might as well.
I know.
Wild. That is wild.
That's pretty funny, though. You played the game for 3 hours. Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. Anyway. Let me screenshot this because
that's funny.
Good stuff, Richie. That's some good stuff. This is why I freaking love streaming. Seriously, because takes like this, the type of stuff that you don't see on a regular basis. All right, I'll share this after. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me and Hamathy. Whew. We really appreciate
y'all
you guys
wondering
joining
about
us
my character, Fro. Y'all don't see this right here, this
There's
mop
nothing
I
to
got
wonder
on
about.
top.
There's nothing to wonder about. Thank you guys for joining us for the 54th edition of the Lowdown on TSWS Gaming. I've been Loke7. He's Ham Solo. We do this every Tuesday. Ham Solo does the Wednesdays Ham does the two-player podcast on MetLikes Games channel on YouTube. Make sure to check that out. Thursdays, Ham Solo over here does Behind Them Sticks, where he interviews various people and personalities within gaming. Friday, it's come on, Park says, Log, thank you, Mr. IGN and Ham, for a great show. I'm not Mr. IGN, all right? Sir X-Man, you're so lucky. I like you. I like you too, Sir X-Man. I like you a lot. Anyway, Thursdays, Behind Them Sticks. Friday, it's bullsitting with me, Ham Solo, Cozy Beluga, Mad Likes Games, and a special guest. Saturdays, we're off. Sunday, I do my live stream or I upload a video. We'll see what happens this Sunday. Monday, it's the crossover with K Mega and Ham Solo. Yesterday, the crossover was on K Mega's channel. Next week, it's going to be on TSWS. Make sure to check out K Mega 05 on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. He's been a very big supporter of TSWS. We also support his content. Very close to 5,000. Make sure you go over and subscribe to K-Mega's channel. Thank you to everyone once again. Vincent Vega, Stanley Francois, everyone. Thanks for coming through. We will see you on Thursday on Behind Them Sticks.
Deuces.
Bye-bye.